Over the past 2 days, ang isang malaking headlines dito sa Pilipinas and increasingly all around the world is what some critics see as one of the biggest flops in terms of a video, or some would say propaganda, in history. A video released entitled Iisang Dagat, implying a shared sea and a shared destiny between the Philippines and China, and this was released by the Chinese embassy, and supposedly the lyrics of this video came from no less from the Chinese ambassador to the Philippines. Now this has drawn a lot of attention in the Philippines, and most of that is negative. Only 2 days into the uploading of the video, it got as many as 134,000 dislikes. Not likes, but dislikes, while the numbers of likes are barely at 2,000. Now, this is one of the most disproportionate amount of response. Now, the Chinese government has released this video to celebrate cooperation between the two countries. In the video, you at least see 4 members of President Duterte's cabinet, including our Health Secretary, Mr. Duque, and our Foreign Secretary, Mr. Locsin, enthusiastically praising the Chinese government for helping us during the COVID-19 pandemic, which of course originated from Wuhan in China. In the video, you see medical experts from China coming to the Philippines. The message is that the two countries should stand together in moments of immense difficulty. Now, the reference to Iisang Dagat, or shared sea, not just one sea, but Iisang Dagat, shared sea, has raised eyebrows among a lot of Filipinos and people around the world, because many people thought of another reference point, namely the West Philippine Sea. In fact, reports suggest that over the past 2 months, China has been even more aggressive in the West Philippine Sea, deploying reportedly a Coast Guard, a giant Coast Guard vessel to Panashlak Shoal or the Scarborough Shoal, harassing a Malaysian oil exploration activity not too far away, sinking a Vietnamese boat and apprehending 2 others earlier this month. And of course, this big announcement of 2 new administrative regions that cut across much of the South China Sea and parts of the West Philippine Sea, who see China as an opportunistic power who has been exploiting its distracted neighbors. As some critics said, you don't steal from your friend when he is in hospital.
Now, siguro yung isa pang dahilan na maraming hindi natuwa dito sa video na yan dito sa Pilipinas is the growing question of transparency and accountability. In fact, the Prime Minister of Australia is pushing for thorough and comprehensive investigation, impartial investigation, into the sources of this crisis. Paano nag-developing virus? Paano siya nag-spread across the world? Senator Cotton of Arkansas is pushing for a bill that will potentially allow ordinary citizens in America to sue China for damages and potential compensation. So around the world, you see calls for accountability, or at the very least transparency and impartial investigation. So similar sentiments are actually echoing also here in the Philippines. The question of accountability, the question of transparency. The extremely negative response to this video should also not come as a surprise if tinignan natin yung China's net trust rating over the past few months. In fact, it was lower than negative 30% last year in the social weather station, and these numbers could have gone even lower in recent months. No surprise that the response to the video was so lopsidedly negative. Now, many are saying maybe it's time for us to look at another video, which is based on a collaboration by a Vietnamese, by a Filipino, and a Malaysian artist. The title is Save Our Seas, and it calls for solidarity among smaller countries in the ASEAN to ensure that the South China Sea and the West Philippine Sea remains out of the grip of any superpower. Ako po si Richard Haydarian. Stand with us, stand for truth.